Alright, folks, Puppy's World here once again, and today I got a new product for you. Nothing special, nothing new. This is just a short little video on the product that I got in the mail. It arrived from Audioquest along with a few other goodies from them. So keep in mind, I got a bunch of interesting things coming soon, bunch of reviews. Like I said, the dual USB fans, bunch of other products I don't want to give away just yet. A lot of stuff coming. Installing the height channels and stuff and whatnot. I'll have the female film me doing all that. As usual, help yourself to some cold cuts. Oh shit, I already did that for you. Help yourself to some coffee then. Some good Hawaiian-made Kona with some frothed, real cream, not some fake grocery store bought garbage. But yeah, the HDMI noise stoppers from Audioquest. Let me just give you a brief rundown of some of the goodies that arrived from Audioquest in the mail. Love the company, hoping to become a dealer here. So I think that's why. Get me a hat. Didn't know they had a hat, Didn't know they sold stuff like this. So add that to the collection soon. We got a license plate frame. I'm not sure if I'm going to run outside right away and throw this guy on. But yeah, he might go well on the... I got a diving one right now on my black Acura Type S, the CL Type S. It might go well on the Porsche 911 Turbo. It's a black Porsche, so... might go well on that guy. So that came. Those are all cool. Yeah, we got some HDMI plastic end caps. They're for the cables. I've actually had a monster cable, an HDMI monster cable on me before bend one of the pins inside of it. And once you screw up one of those pins on the end of the cable, you're done. Say goodbye. It's garbage. Got an Audioquest Ballpoint pen. Pretty cool. I think I'll sign off all my billion-dollar checks on this guy. Yeah, I wish. So that's cool. Got a ballpoint pen from Audioquest. And then last but not least, we've got a pretty cool Audioquest t-shirt here. That's awesome. Coming in the Ziploc bag like that. That's cool. So we've got a black Audioquest t-shirt. For those that don't know, though, also SVS, anytime you make a decent-sized purchase, over a couple $100, I think, they will send you a t-shirt as well. If you ask them for some goodies, too, they'll send you some goodies as well, just like Audioquest will. But, new product for me. Never used anything, like this before. I don't imagine it's going to do anything other than aesthetically, be a little bit pleasing on the eye. But, let's take a look here. I think it might, so I'm going to give it a chance. It says it stops radio frequency interference entering unused HDMI inputs or outputs, and it's a set of 4. So I invite you to join me in doing this. Let's just take a little clip or a little look here at what their lineup also is available from them. From Audioquest, we also have available, and let me focus in, the fish are making it screwed up. Okay, we've got USB output or input caps. It's probably not a bad idea for dust and stuff. An RJ45 output or input cap, that's great. RCA caps, those I'm actually considering getting at some point. They're just going to add some, jewelry to the XLR input caps and XLR output caps. Those are probably something that I would consider if I had XLR balanced stuff. But let's just take a look here. Audioquest noise stopper caps fit over unused HDMI outputs or inputs, preventing RFI and EMI noise from entering the active circuit. This is probably more or less what they really do. Active noise stopper caps also protects against dust and corrosion, but I'm going to give them a chance. I bet they really do help in a minuscule way what they say they do. So unbox them with me. I'll, thumbprint there. They're brand new, just arrived. Haven't even opened these guys up yet, so you're looking at the same thing I am for the first time ever. Never seen this product in the business before, ever. But let's be honest, guys. Every surround sound AV receiver out now, boasting HDMI, has 8 inputs and at least 1, if not 2, if not 3. I got 3 on the Bad Boy 7010 and 7011, and then 2 on the NR1606. So there's 2 outputs on the slim lines and 3 on the 5010, 5011, 60, so on and so forth. So yeah, we all have 8 inputs and about 2 outputs on average. So let's take a look at what these guys are. Pretty fancy. This looks pretty nice. Probably a dry pack in there. Yep. So that's what is included in the box. Let's just take these guys out real quick and see what they look like, and let's put them in. I'll have a little update for you eventually to see if it actually does anything. Give me your comment. I'm sure you will, on what you think they will do, if anything. Nice. That is nice, though, with a little Audioquest symbol printed on there like that. That is really nice, actually. That is cool. So, yeah. Right away, I'm just going to use this one guy right here. Of course, I am always opening up, as you can see already. This is kind of why I wanted to show this. I mean, look, just from having this cover down for like 2 days over the weekend with the female home and stuff, and people trampling through here, dog, cats, whatever, ton of hair and stuff. So we don't want that kind of contaminant getting in the HDMI port, specifically the front cover. And then, of course, I got, how many of you are actually using all 8 of your HDMI inputs/outputs? I can't imagine everyone is. So for me here, right now, currently, I don't have a lot of stuff hooked up yet, as I'm still kind of building this room up. I mean, I have the DVD port, the Blu-ray port, the media player port, and then, of course, the aux port and CD port unused. I've got zone, what is that, 2 or 3? Zone 2, and then monitor 2 ports unused as well. So, let's go ahead, and I'll probably cap all those up on my big boy here. This is my favorite receiver. No other receivers will I bother to add these guys, but let's just see how they fit in real quick. Go ahead and remove that dust, too. All right, you want to put this guy in properly, so you want to just make sure you're in, look, we got the the downward slope at the bottom here, as they usually are. So, big end up at the top, small end down at the bottom. Let's just fit this guy right in. He's going to look nice like that, too. So, it's a plus. I don't know if it'll do much for, an actual difference here, like actually stopping any interference or anything like that, but, hey, it looks nice. It does look nice. So, got to give it to Audioquest. That is nice. Nice little touch. So, if you've got definitely if you have an expensive surround sound receiver that you have made an investment in and you are not utilizing all your HDMI ports, definitely recommend it for a front port. I'm also certainly going to do it in the back outputs, at least. The inputs, maybe someday. Hopefully. But there they are. That is the Audioquest HDMI port covers. What do they call them exactly again? The HDMI output or input noise stopper caps. Not much to report on, but I just wanted to fill you in on what I got here. So, yeah, might work out pretty cool. If you need some other stuff from them, these are always available, and there's a ton more other shit from Audioquest. But, yeah, these are going to work out great, I think, guys. They're nice. Okay. We got a review definitely coming up next of the AC Infinity USB dual cooling fans. They're 120 millimeters, I believe. They're the 7 series, the S7, I believe. Let me just get the box real quick, actually, for you. And what do we got here? We got, yes, the Multifan S series quiet USB cooling fans. So, let me just get on into it real quick. Okay, it's the product, the Multifan S7, and the model AI MPF 120A2. So, 120A2, I believe. So, let's take a look, guys. Let's just take a look at what comes in the box real quick. So other than the fans, I haven't taken anything else out. Instruction manual should all be in here still. Okay, we got this. This was a little divider. It was dividing the 2 fans. We have the instruction manual. And then we've got this stuff. But I've had to utilize the fans for a little while to understand exactly, get an idea of how they work and everything. They come with the 3M tape like that and the zip tie. But one thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm not too fond on the fact that they are in the front port like that, since you got to have that tray open. Glad I got the end cap cover there, to keep dust and stuff and whatnot out of the HDMI input. But I'm not hot on the fact that they're plugged into the front. If I had a rear USB port, which I don't on this receiver, actually not a lot of receivers do, not a USB like that on the back. There is one way you can change that, though. What is that? Ding ding. Get an AC adapter. Anything will work. Just make sure you check specifications out. I'm going to assume these fans operate at about... you know what? Let's do this. Let's take a look, guys, at AC Infinity's website and get an idea of what these fans require. Alright, so we are at the website here, as you can see. Purchased them for $21.99, 120mm fans. But we're going to go to the actual company itself right here, the site itself, and we're going to check something out real quick. So I'm going to do another full-on professional, more or less, review of them soon. I just wanted to fill you in on how those are working out really quickly. By the way, on my full review, I've got to get a thermal temperature gun where I actually point it at the receiver and see temperature of it off, temperature of it hot, running, and then temperature of it with the fans in operation. As you can see right now, those fans are operating. The receiver is plugged into my power conditioner or surge protector powered on, of course, and fans are operating without the receiver on, so that is nice. However, you don't want to have them on all the time, as they would kind of suck dust inside of it, but they do a great, fantastic job of keeping the dust out. So let's just check one thing here. We're going to go to the model, and we're going to go to an AC adapter. Here they are. A little bit more expensive on the website than Amazon. I purchased them off of Amazon, and they're working out beautifully. Let's take a look at some of the images we got. Yeah. By the way, I believe they use a brushless motor, so I'll cover all that in the full-on professional review that I do. Dual ball bearings, though, enable the fans to be positioned horizontally. They're extremely quiet, too. They've got the anti-vibration feet. They look great. And yeah. So we're going to figure out, there's some of the dimensions. We are going to figure out, though, what they require for an output, because I've got a couple of accessories sitting right there in a power strip that's just there temporarily while I'm using the stuff. But let's take a look at the turbo wall adapter right here, because we're going to kind of make our own, okay? We're not going to pay for the expensive one, so we're going to look at the turbo adapter. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to locate that turbofan power adapter. It is $7 with tax from their website. We're going to take a look at specifications, right? So we're going to look at technical data, and we're going to see what we need to operate. I can't imagine that a fast charge 2.0 or 2.1 amp AC adapter is going to work, as you'll burn out the motor on those. So let's take a look. Okay, this is exactly what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for output amperage, right? The output amp on this guy is 1,000 milliamps, right? The wattage is 6.5 watts. Output voltage is 6.5 volts direct current. 50, 60 hertz, blah, blah. Input voltage, 100 to 240 volt AC. So that'll work fine in America and Europe, as long as you got adapters in Europe. But what that tells us is 6.5 watts needed to run it out of an AC adapter, and 1,000 milliamps or 1 amp. So all we need is a 1 amp AC adapter to hook up with a USB, hookup, and we'll be fine. So we're going to get a little AC power adapter, a phone charger that is not a fast charger, because those fast chargers utilize like 2.1 amps usually, or a tablet charge. So refer back to an older cell phone you've got with a USB regular output, type A. And yeah, we're going to plug her in AC-wise into the power conditioner so her cords aren't sitting like that. But other than that, folks, let me tell you how they've worked out really quickly. So, like I said, I'll do another video with a more professional review, but these guys are beautiful. They're really nice. Can you hear that at all? I can't. And they are running, believe it or not, at medium speed right now. Let me pop this guy on. One of the coolest things about them, though, and I say coolest simply because, well, I mean in literal terms. Feel this. I know you can't feel this, folks, but it is normally hot. When you've got this receiver running with, say, in that setting, the multi-channel stereo, you got every speaker pumping, and believe it or not, yeah, I got a lot of speakers hooked up to this guy. When you got every speaker pumping at like 50 plus volume, 50% plus volume or whatever, this thing gets hot, as all receivers do. And these newer receivers, they do not have a fan built into the back of them anymore. So there's no cooling fan built in from the factory or anything. So, in my opinion, it's kind of necessary to have one of these guys. And if you've got a closed cabinet design, you need it. As you can take a look here, it does kind of stop some of the like animal fur and dust and stuff from entering into them, as it kind of just sucks it up right there and keeps it from entering below it. So pretty nice. You can turn them like this, you know, if you want. But I've got them kind of positioned, you know, over the capacitors over here, and then, you know, see the heat sinks over there, in there. I've got them over kind of the chip side or the board side over here, so that that stuff isn't getting too hot. So I've got them positioned a little bit, you know, as efficiently as I can place them. But let's just look at the switch here real quick. Also, they've got a port for extending or daisy chaining multiple fans. Yeah, let's take a look at the switch here, though. Comes with this little plastic cover on it. Like I said, I've got them on medium. If you put them on low, they are low enough operating to the point where you don't hear them at all. Same with high, pretty much. You don't hear them at all, but they still spin fast enough to actually make a difference, but suck very, very, very little power. I'll give you full specifications as to how much power consumption they operate with: zero, low, medium, and high, and all that. How much power or current they suck or draw from a receiver versus the AC, as I just showed you, 6.5 watts. But we want to know exactly. We want to know everything about these. So I will contact AC Infinity, the company up themselves. I'll call them up myself, and I'll get exactly the manufacturer. We'll figure out, where this plastic came from, where the motor in it came from, what company, who put it together. Is it put together by a machine, or is it put together by hand? Ball bearings in them, what brand, what manufacturer came up with those? Brushless motor, I would assume. So we'll figure out all that stuff in the following review. But these, let me just turn them on real high real quick for you guys. This receiver is literally cold to the touch right now. You don't want it ice cold. I mean, it wants to operate at about, 50 to probably 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything more than that, you're going to run into issues. But also keep in mind, I've tried to keep this guy as efficient running as I could by, when you first initially get a surround sound receiver, the electrical engineers, the engineers that have designed the receiver, are going to already go ahead and assume that you're not going to operate a fan. It's just that you're just going to operate it how it came out of the box. And these guys are designed to get hot. And with the heat in mind, or with the designed, characteristics of the receiver by itself without a fan, heat involves expansion. Things expand when they get hot. And by expanding, well, they probably designed that characteristic into the internals of this receiver. So that's why I wanted to operate him for his beginning of his lifespan, for the first, say, 6 months, without any fans like this, or without any laptop coolers or any airflow really into the top of him, so that the parts would properly expand and whatnot. They would dry from the factory correctly, and everything would kind of set in its place permanently and work as efficiently as possible. So these fans have worked out wonderfully for me. They're on high right now, as you can see. Here's off. I'm wondering if you could even tell a difference or hear that through this audio. As you can see, that ball bearing design is nice. Look how long it took those blades to stop running and even kind of go like this. So that means that they're beautiful. I mean, I myself can hear them in high just a tad, but nothing more than just the TV operating. This one's completely silent, so you don't hear anything from this Sony. But that DVR, and most people's DVR, their cable box or set-top box, you are going to hear that thing, the hard disk in that thing, spinning louder than you would these AC Infinity fans. So, 120 millimeters, 3-speed, including off. So, love these fans, guys. Full review coming soon. A lot of other stuff coming soon. Take care. Please subscribe and enjoy.